Hey everybody, welcome back to Majestic Collectibles. I just want to do a follow-up video from the one I did a couple weeks ago about my increased eBay sales because I was able to update my shipping policies and rules and things, and just let you know how that's going. And the short version is it's going pretty darn well, to be honest with you. I'm going to try and bring this up here. I'm still not very adept at this whole fancy schmancy camera thing, so I'm gonna try and bring this up, and hopefully, I don't know if you can see it or not. Either way, I don't know what I'm doing, and I can't type, so let me try that again here. Spelling does count on this stuff, and here we go. So my eBay here, and so this is running. So about 5 weeks ago I made the original changes, and now the this has been 2 weeks since the video, and the information here is November 14th to December 14th, so 30 days. Today is December 14th, 2023. Today's sales have been wretchedly bad at $78. Last 7 days, excuse me, $3,100, which is okay. I would put on the low end of stuff, but definitely respectable and better than it has been. 31 days, up 46.1%. Again, this probably I'm a little over 10,300 in 31 days, I guess, and not great, to be honest with you. That's usually, it has been in the past, a higher number. Last 90 days is a little over 21,000, which again is not where it has been, but these are all numbers that are very much improved, okay, since I made these changes to the shipping policy. If you didn't see the last video, I brought all of my listings up to date. Some of the shipping policies were out of date, still had first class mail, for instance, things like that, so I don't think they were showing up in the search. And I also updated my shipping rules for combined shipping for action figures, magazines, and comics, and that seemed to work pretty well, to be flat out honest with you. Listing impressions, again, last 31 days up 10%. Not a great number, 9.8 million. It's not a number I get too excited over, but that has been up around 13 to 14 million at this time of year typically, but it's going up. Click-through rate must have dropped just a little. It's 0.2, but it doesn't have the change, just a down arrow, so, you know, not great, but not bad. Listing page views is up 6%, so that's always good. And sales conversion rate is up full 1%. That's actually really good. So my conversion rate's 2.1% right now. Always like that. Always like to get the velocity going, get the income in the inventory changing. So it is up. No other real changes, so I haven't had any returns. I have been getting some feedback, or at least I've been seeing it on some other videos, that there's been some shipping issues. I guess I have not had that, so everything I have is getting there just fine. It's hard to separate this time of year over what is just normal sales, holiday sales increases, and what's attributed to my increase overall of sales, if that's because of my shipping policies or whatnot. I think it is, just because the consistency has been there. Now, if you guys have ever done like the end and sell similar stuff, and it maybe bumps your store up for a couple, 3 days, I'm still seeing an increase across the board in everything. I do expect it to taper off. In fact, today has been really slow. At only $78 of sales so far at 4:30 in the afternoon. But the closer we get to that Christmas date of the 25th, the slower it's going to get because people are concerned about the packages getting there on time. And usually that week between Christmas and New Year's is a little bit slow. But honestly, January and February and even March are typically better than my Decembers. So I'll keep following up on this. I expect a little lull, and I'm going to have my eBay store off for a little bit over the holidays for 4 or 5 days. So not real long. Just going to take a little bit of a break, spend some time with family and friends and so on, and hopefully everybody watching this will too. So Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope the weather is ridiculously warm like it is here in Iowa. It's in the 50s in the middle of December, which... wow, boy, I'm sure enjoying it, but ain't usual. That ain't typical. Now, something else I wanted to talk about were my selling costs. And my selling costs right now are running 40% of total sales, which is not, I don't like that. I do have to back that off a little bit because I do not free ship. And right now, shipping labels are running about 20% of total sales. So the shipping costs are pretty high overall, which is no surprise. And it's going to keep going up. I still hear rumblings that there's going to be some type of increase, January, February, and then again towards the middle end of summer, which would not shock me. But that 40%, I got to take a little bit off of that because I don't free ship. So more or less my shipping cost breaks even on it. The biggest jump I have seen by far, and it's not even close, and let me see if I can find it here buried. Well, they don't really bury it, but here it is. Ad fees. So these are promoted listings fees, and this is going to be big. So last year, 2022, I had $370-ish for the whole year on my promoted listings fees. Right now, I am at just under $800, $788. So that's a number that has climbed up, over double. And I expect that to continue as if my sales keep increasing and things like that. I would expect this number to go up because let's face it, guys, you don't have to do it. It's a pay-to-win world. And eBay is on the pay-to-win bandwagon. And if you saw their last quarterly report to the investors, they made over $30 million, and they basically, told everybody that was due to the promoted listing fees. So anytime they're making that kind of money, I don't see that number going down at all. I don't see how it could. They certainly are going to want to, make sure they keep that going for their shareholders and investors and bonuses and things like that. It's going to be interesting, though, because I think a lot of people at the end of the year, early next year, probably January, that's when I kind of do my bookkeeping for the year and bring it up for taxes and things. I wonder what a lot of people's reactions are going to be if they're seeing their promoted listing fees jump as much as they have, and they're not going to be going down. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting just to see how the market responds. We know from other, from their own reports that that the number of sellers, the number of just buyers have both decreased significantly in the last year or so. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to stem the tide. There's only so much blood you can get out of a turnip. And I have to tell you, with the fees I'm looking at, holy cow. I think it's going to be at the point some people are just not going to be participating as a seller on eBay. And I don't know. Something's going to give. Well, I guess we'll all find out together. Probably fairly early on. I would say, the first quarter next year, you're gonna see some changes there. Something else that's really interesting that just came across my email, I think yesterday, actually, might have been early this morning, and that is eBay is going to be making some changes to their search engine. I don't know if this is going to be good or bad. I am very, very grateful. So eBay, if you're accidentally watching this for no reason, because there's no reason you should, I have, I'm a small seller. Thank you for not doing that right before Christmas, because you have a well-earned reputation of making all these big, huge technical changes on almost anywhere in the listing seller interface, and it's really nice that you're going to wait. I got to tell you, because something that massive, something always doesn't work, right? I mean, you got to work the bugs out. But I personally am excited about this. I think if the search works like it did, honestly, 2012 and older, I think that would be a big difference maker for everybody. I think eBay would make more money. The sellers would make more money. I think the buyers would be a lot happier because they could actually find something that's relevant to their search. So if they do this right, this could be a really, really good thing and a really, really big thing, and theoretically does not involve any fee increases. I don't know. I just jinxed the whole thing because, if there's a way to increase a fee, I'm assuming eBay's going to figure it out somehow. They're really, really, really good at that. But I think that's a very, very positive step forward for eBay in general. One thing, though, I would really, really suggest, and this is something that I've worked on for a long time, if they're changing the search engines on eBay, make sure you got your titles the way they need to be. Make sure you have good titles on your listings, because if that's going to be the number one source for their search, I'm guessing it is, it should be, you're going to want to make sure that your listings are consistent and accurate and all that stuff. So, use as many characters as you can, fill it in, and check those listings and check those listing titles, because I think that could make a huge difference on just people finding your stuff. And again, the shipping thing worked. So, make sure your shipping policies are up to date on all your listings. Make sure your rules for combined shipping, function properly or consistent. And I think that could help if you haven't done that yet. So that's all I've got for now. I'm going to be at Merle Hay Mall QuadCon. That's December, 15, 16, it's 14, no, 16, 17. Free show if you're in Central Iowa, in Des Moines, Merle Hay Mall. A lot of stuff going on. They got a craft show, and they got a comic pop culture show thing going. It's all free. Walk in, stop by and say hi. Tell me I'm wrong on this. Everybody else does, so I've heard it before at this point. And that's all I've got. I will try and do an update video again, maybe probably after the first of the year on this. I want to let it cook a couple more weeks and see how that keeps going on the sales and the views and the impressions and that stuff there. So you guys have a Merry Christmas, and thanks for watching.